Imagine this. You're Jack Quaid, the guy known for playing the awkward, heart-on-sleeve Huey Campbell in The Boys, and suddenly you're dodging bullets, kicking ass, and stealing scenes alongside Hollywood heavyweights like Idris Elba and John Cena. Sounds like a fever dream, right? Well, pinch yourself, because in 2025, Jack Quaid isn't just the lovable underdog anymore. He's a full-blown action hero, and his latest film, Heads of State, is the spark that lit the fuse. But what happens when the son of Hollywood royalty steps out of the shadow of The Boys and into the spotlight of a global conspiracy? Buckle up, because this is a story of grit, glory, and a bittersweet goodbye that's got everyone talking. Heads of State drops a bombshell. On July 2nd, 2025, Heads of State exploded onto Amazon Prime Video, delivering a high-octane cocktail of Air Force One meets Midnight Run. Directed by Ilya Naishuller, the guy behind The Relentless Nobody, this action comedy throws Quaid into the deep end as Marty Comer, a CIA station agent tasked with protecting John Cena's US president and Idris Elba's UK Prime Minister from a relentless barrage of assassination attempts. Quaid's big moment? A jaw-dropping, 80s-inspired action sequence set in a Warsaw safe house that's got fans buzzing. Jack Quaid steals the 4-minute screen time he gets, raved one ex-user, while another called his cameo the best and most violent sequence in the film. But here's the kicker. Quaid shot this film before his other 2025 blockbusters, Companion and Novocaine. "I loved Ilya's film Nobody," Quaid told Screen Rant. "It was so incredibly well done, and I'm a huge fan of John and Idris and Priyanka Chopra Jonas. It just made sense." That decision paid off, with Quaid crediting Heads of State for giving him the action bug that fueled his leading man turn in Novocaine, where he plays a pain-immune hero who took the box office by storm. Breaking down the action and drama. Picture this: Warsaw, Poland. A CIA safe house under siege. Quaid's Marty Comer, cool under pressure, navigates a hail of gunfire and explosions to protect two world leaders. The sequence is pure 80s nostalgia. Think Die Hard with a comedic twist, and Quaid owns it. "I never really get to play the character who's badass or experienced in combat," Quaid told Screen Rant. "This was different for me in a really cool, fun way." Fans agree, with X posts lighting up about his Easter egg dialogue referencing The Boys' iconic line, "They say never meet your heroes." The media fallout was immediate. Critics praised the film's buddy comedy dynamic between Cena and Elba, but Quaid's brief but electrifying performance stole headlines. Jack Quaid adds to the movie's laughs as Marty Comer, wrote Screen Rant, while ex-users couldn't stop talking about his post-credits reveal. Yep, Marty's alive and primed for a sequel. Director Naishuller is already hyping it up. If Amazon feels like it makes sense to do a second one, I'd love to get more of Jack in there. But it's not just Heads of State that's got Quaid's name on everyone's lips. His 2025 has been a whirlwind, with a chilling turn as Josh in the sci-fi thriller Companion, and a starring role in the indie neighborhood watch alongside The Boys co-star Jeffrey Dean Morgan. In Companion, Quaid plays a despicable boyfriend to a sentient robot, Iris, in a scene so cold he's casually clipping his toenails while treating her like an object. Josh is such an interesting, weird, despicable character, Quaid told The Hollywood Reporter. His main flaw is his lack of empathy. Fans noticed a meta-nod. The film's soundtrack features Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, written for City of Angels, starring Quaid's mom, Meg Ryan. Talk about a plot twist. From Nepo Baby to leading man, Jack Quaid, born April 24, 1992, to Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid, has Hollywood in his DNA. But don't let the Nepo Baby label fool you. He's earned his stripes. Starting with a small role as Marvel in The Hunger Games, 2012, Quaid's career has been a steady climb. He's voiced Superman in My Adventures with Superman, played a slasher in Scream, 2022, and even tackled physicist Richard Feynman in Oppenheimer, 2023. But it's his role as Huey Campbell in The Boys that made him a household name. "The Boys changed my life," Quaid said, reflecting on the satirical superhero series that's now in its 5th and final season. Quaid's not shy about his privilege either. In a 2024 podcast with The Daily Beast, he owned the Nepo Baby tag, I had early access to representation, but I've worked hard to prove my merit. His mom, Meg Ryan, has defended him fiercely, calling the label dismissive of his work ethic. Meanwhile, his dad, Dennis, has praised Jack's determination to succeed on his own terms. This year, Quaid's versatility shone through. In Companion, he embraced the villain role, a stark contrast to Huey's heroics. Josh hasn't heard "I love you" a lot in life, Quaid told Rolling Stone, hinting at the character's depth. In Novocaine, he's Nathan Kane, a man with a rare disorder that makes him immune to pain, turning him into an unlikely action hero. "I don't think anyone expects me to be kicking ass," he told The Hollywood Reporter, "and I kick ass in a very specific way in that movie." The social media storm. X exploded with reactions to Quaid's Heads of State performance. Jack Quaid stole the show with his cameo, posted at writer_Jeswal, while at Kev Wrigley called him a Nepo baby who steals the 4-minute screen time he gets. Others praised his action chops, with that loser Jorge raving about his divertidissimo, hilarious sequence. The Boys fans were thrilled by the nod to their favorite show, and speculation about a Heads of State sequel is already trending. Meanwhile, Companion sparked debate, with some fans loving Quaid's villainous turn and others shocked by his departure from the good guy mold. Why Jack Quaid's moment hits different? Let's get real. Jack Quaid's journey is the kind of story that makes you root for the guy. He's not just riding his parents' coattails, he's carving his own path, and 2025 feels like his coronation. Watching him go from the nervous, relatable Huey to a badass CIA agent in Heads of State or a heartless jerk in Companion is like seeing your underdog friend finally get their moment. There's something raw and inspiring about his hustle, but I'll be honest, his Companion role gave me chills. How do you play someone that cold and still make us care? That's talent. And yeah, the Nepo baby chatter can sting, but Quaid's owning it with grace, which makes me respect him even more. He's not perfect, but who is? He's out here proving he's more than a last name, and I'm all in for it. What did you think of Jack Quaid's action hero turn in Heads of State? Were you shocked by his cold-hearted role in Companion, or did you see it coming? And let's talk The Boys. How are you feeling about the final season? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear it all. Also, who's your dream casting for a Heads of State sequel? Jack Quaid's 2025 is a masterclass in stealing the show, whether he's dodging bullets or breaking hearts. Heads of State is just the beginning, and with The Boys wrapping up, the world's about to see what he's truly capable of. Smash that like button if you're hyped for Quaid's rise, subscribe for more Hollywood deep dives, and stay tuned for our next video.